Hello and welcome to Sacred Science Channel, where we explore the fascinating world of sacred geometry. It is a fascinating subject that can help you understand the underlying principles of the universe. So if you are interested in exploring this fascinating field of knowledge, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey of discovery and self-exploration. Together, we will unlock the secrets of the universe. Hi everyone, welcome to my Sacred Science channel. Today's discussion is about your space, holding your space. This has been coming a lot in the last couple of weeks, and I thought I might share a YouTube channel in regards to how to hold your space. Yeah. And before I begin, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel, please. Now, let's begin. Holding your space, what does it mean? When someone says hold your space, we hear that a lot, isn't it? It's like in any situations or surroundings, the word always comes up that you have to hold your space. Holding your space is an important concept that can apply to many areas of your life, including relationships, career, parenting, and everything else, friendship. At its core, holding your space means being true to yourself and your values, while also creating a healthy boundaries and asserting your needs and desires. The boundaries is a special part when you're holding your space. If you don't have boundaries, people doesn't know where's the limitations. All right. So they tend to cross over, and then we tend to hold their space together, and that will kind of spear us into a big issues or situations. One way I can explain this is through the use of sacred geometry. For me, everything is about sacred geometry, how I use that as a tool to understand where I'm holding and what is happening and why is this happening, right? Like, which can help create a sense of order and balance. Sacred geometry is all about sense of order and balance, all right? So that's the reason I like using that in every aspect of my life. Sacred geometry is the study of patterns and shapes, as you all are aware, and that we also believe that it has got spiritual significance and it can be used in varieties of ways, all right? So it's depending on how you're looking at it and how you're using this aspect of the sacred geometry. In relationships, holding your space means setting clear boundaries and communicating your needs to your partner. It can also mean being mindful of your own emotions and your reactions and taking responsibility for your own happiness and well-being. You cannot say that I'm holding a space, and yet when you come back from work with so much in your head, so many things has happened, and you bring in the whole energy back into your house. And then your emotions are still there. Your energy is still sitting there. Yep, that's what I meant by sacred space you're holding. So this space is always being recognized by others. Yep. So you are bringing your space of everything that's happened inside your house right now. You're not holding your space. If you're holding your space, that is done when you enter. You enter as a mother, as a daughter, as a wife, or whoever the relationship that is entering that home. Yes. So that's what I meant by holding your space. Every area in your life, there is different categories, and you have to be aligned with it. That means it's complete awareness, right? So holding your space in a relationship is crucial because it allows you to maintain a sense of inner peace and balance, even in the midst of relationship challenges or conflicts. It requires recognizing that no one can read your mind, and that everything in a relationship is based on energy, including your fears and your love. Yeah. When you are completely in love and you're sitting next to someone, your children, your family, your husband, your wife, they understand you're completely in love and they vibrate in that nature. Yeah. So you're not instigating, or you're not putting through some other energy towards them with their challenges. They don't have to put up with you as well. Yeah. So at the same time, if you are always producing or projecting fear energy within you, a good example of projecting fear energy is, say, for example, you're very familiar with one of your family member, And you know that when you say this is what is going to come. And it's going to make you angry. For once, switch that off and allow them to say what they want to say without you putting that into their mind. It's like you are talking before them. Stop talking. Yeah. So when you're asking a question, step back and allow them to answer that question rather than putting the information into their head energetically. Yep, a lot of us do. All right, we cannot deny that. It's like very simple things. We might say something and we know that they're going to say no. We already made up our mind. That's what's going to come. And then when they say that, I'm going to now have a conflict. I'm now going to challenge them with that. You see, so this is where I'm saying that you already put up that frustration or the fear energy on you, and that's what is going to now you're going to receive through that. All right, does it make sense? Yeah. So this is how we are going to now interact by holding our space. When we hold our space in a very harmonious, very divine space, and all we want is it's not that we cannot have a conflict or challenges, which is fantastic to have when you're holding your space, because you will know how to step back and answer their question, or how to take these challenges because you are in the thinking mind, right? So that will resonate. Now, let me give you some examples. Holding your sacred space in relationship means setting clear boundaries, communicating your needs to your partner. This involves being honest and assertive about your wants and needs, and being willing to have difficult conversations when necessary. Conversation when necessary. If you don't have that difficult conversation and you keep hiding it, it's not their fault. It's going to become your fault because you are not being open and truthful about the information or the communication. All right. By setting boundaries, you are communicating to your partner what you are willing to or what you are not willing to tolerate. And this can help create a more harmonious and respectful relationship. All right. There will be a truth and meaningful relationship in that being. Yep. In addition, holding your sacred space in relationship means being mindful of your own emotions and reactions, and it requires taking responsibility for your own happiness and well-being, rather than relying on your partner to fulfill all your needs. Yep, they didn't sign up to have this contract to keep being, your checklist, tick all the checklists that you have. That's not what relationship is all about. It's finding a middle ground to come and work together collectively. Yeah. By practicing self-care and self-awareness, you can create a strong foundation for healthy and fulfilling relationship. By saying this, I'm not saying that no one is going to make a mistake. There's always going to be error and mistake in every relationship. Yeah, how we are going to pass through that relationship, or how we are now going to correct and amend it. So now we know if that mistake happens again, this is the consequences. Completely being open with your communication. Yeah, so that is very important. An incident happened, you cannot just sweep it over the carpet and kind of blame the whole world and environment and everybody and your neighbors and everyone else except yourself and your partner. You cannot do that. There's always a sense of responsibility in there. Why and how all this has happened. Yeah. So the relationship challenges should be within individuals, within the partners. It's nothing for outsiders or anybody else to step in. It's for them to make the responsible decisions. Yeah. So when you hold a space as such, what happens is open communication that, to say an error has occurred. So now how are we going to now make sure this is not going to happen again? Or if it happens again, how are we going to deal with it? All right. So all these are open communication that we need to have in a relationship. All right. Another important aspect of holding sacred space in a relationship is being willing to let go of toxic or unhealthy relationships. It's toxic and it's unhealthy. If you're holding it just for the sake of the surrounding environment, think again. Okay? So this has been coming up a lot, and I think that this is something that you need to recognize, and you have to understand Are you doing this for yourself? Is there an happiness for you in doing this yourself? Or you're just going to play a part just because he or she from the other side of the window will see, and this is how I'm supposed to put up my family as a pretended. All right. So you are not fooling the outsiders, you're fooling yourself in that aspect of your life. And later down the track, you'll be regretting a lot because you have not made the right decision and take responsibility for whatever the reactions was. Yeah. So this means that recognizing when a relationship is no longer serving you and having a courage to walk away when necessary. By prioritizing your own well-being and happiness, you are creating the space for more positive and fulfilling relationship to enter your life. Overall, holding your sacred space in relationship is an essential part of creating healthy and fulfilling connections with others. Yeah. By setting boundaries is easy. Communicating your needs, prioritizing your own well-being, you can create more harmonious and loving relationship, and it becomes a very harmonious space. You will be based on mutual respect and understanding. It's a very clear opening. We have seen there will be so many times you would have witnessed, within couples before the person thinks the other person knows, before that person thinks the other person knows. And there's such a harmonious communication within them. They know what each other's needs are and how they can help each other and grow this relationship beautifully. Yeah. And holding your space is not just based on relationship, it's also in your work environment, in your career, in whatever jobs you're doing, right? Any kind of colors of uniforms that you're wearing, there's always, you need to learn to hold your space. Holding your space can mean advocating for yourself, standing up for what you believe in, setting boundaries around your work, and finding a very, work-life balance. It can also mean finding ways to incorporate your values and passion into your work, and pursuing a career path that aligns with your true self. All right. So a lot of people jump into career and then they stick to one space saying that I don't like this job, I just have to do it. The more and more you repeat yourself and you keep, there's a repetition in this energy space, what are you creating? All right. Look at the energy around you, because this is what you're saying every single day. So the path would not fulfill you. At the same time, you would not be very much present and fulfilled in the life you're going through, especially when it comes to work. Don't do a pretended. Understand whether, is this what you want to do? I'm not saying you wouldn't have challenges in careers, but whether you're passionate about that work. Is it something you want to learn? Life is all about learning. Everything about life is about learning. If you hold your space strongly and clearly, you will understand what you're supposed to do in relationship. You will understand what you're supposed to do in career, your work environment. Holding your space in a work environment means creating a sense of stability and presence within yourself. All right. Even in the face of challenges and stress, it requires taking a step back and learning about the individuals you work with. It's a beautiful learning experience, actually, when you become the doctor and they are the patients. And that's the scenario I like to give everyone. That means you're learning about this specific patient. And then this specific patient can be angry at a lot of times or be showing frustration. There's nothing else but this is the mode they have because unfortunately, that's how they are designed and that's how they plan to hold themselves. It's very unfortunate, but it's not meant to be unfortunate for you. You can learn from that experience what you are not meant to be, how you are going to hold your space. Okay. And as well as the work itself. Yeah. It's a great learning when you come into such challenges. I know it's not nice learning, but these involve developing a deep understanding of the personalities, the characters of your colleagues, as well as learning how to react and communicate with them effectively. Yeah. So one key aspect of holding your space in a work environment is learning to be patient. This means recognizing that change takes time and not everything will happen as quickly or smoothly as we might like, but cultivating a sense of patience We can approach our work with a great sense of calm and resilience, even in the face of setbacks or obstacles, if you choose to hold your space. When I say hold your space, it's like you are in this pure light and you're standing inside this light. Anybody coming in front of you, throwing their files or papers around you and all that, you just be the witness. Allow them to do what they need to do. All they want you to do is to do that work. They can't do anything else to you. Remember that. They only want you to do the work. But whatever frustration is coming in them, whatever they're doing to themselves. It's not you. Even though in action, it looks like they're doing it to you. It's not you. Make sure you are kind of in that dome of light, beautifully inside that light all the time, holding your space. Now, we did touch the base on relationship. We did touch the base on career, work, and all that, because these are the questions repeatedly came to me in the last couple of weeks. And I thought that maybe I'll kind of, touch on the topic about holding your space. All right. In saying this, I would like to end the channel today. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button below and leave comments or questions that you like to answer, that you like me to answer in this topic. Until next time, thank you for supporting my channel and being part of my sacred journey. Goodbye now.